Hello. I was just opening the window and the stream had started. The spare bedroom and everything got pretty hot, so things are cooling down outside, but things are heating up tonight. Hello and welcome everybody to tonight's fantastic dinosaur action. Stampede Dinos on Pioneer, as it has just changed on Magic the Gathering Arena. Best of 3, as it always is. The list in the description, and hopefully everybody had a good Mother's Day if you're a mother watching. Hopefully it was pretty nice. You had some good food to eat and all of that, but hopefully everybody had a good weekend overall, a good week and whatnot. Getting into Monday coming up, or maybe you're listening to this on your drive to work because it's 10:30 p.m. my time, which is pretty good. Got watching Criminal Minds, the new seasons of that last night, and being Mother's Day, I thought it would be good to spend some time with my wife. I love watching shows like that, but sometimes I do also just pass out, and I don't do a stream as much as I would like. I wish I could do it multiple times a day, but linktr to everything though in the description, Discord and all that good stuff. Almost as good as Embercleave tonight. Most of you know what the drill is, but there is a primer just in case you are brand new. You're checking out Pioneer stuff because it did change a little bit in Arena, but it's going to be a doozy tonight. This is not a crazy thing. If you are new, we're gonna get right into it. Yeah. How's it going, DJC? Hopefully work is going good, going fast. The matches might be very, very fast tonight. Okay. I was trying out a bunch of different stuff, as I mentioned, trimming the namesake Ghalta Stampede Tyrant and trimming Palani's Hatcher and Regisaur Alpha, the dinosaurs that give other dinosaurs haste. It makes sense. You want to be aggressive, ruthless aggression to take down opponents. But sometimes it felt like I didn't need those things to win, so I thought I'd try out for at least a couple days. Take those out, replace them with just, big stuff that doesn't have haste, or that doesn't give everybody else haste. And I was still getting the job done, but it just didn't feel right. And when you've played something tens of thousands of times, there's 700 streams so far, maybe 150 or so of them, the Stampede variation, and then of course playing on my phone. But you get the idea. You do one thing enough, I've said it many times before, you can evaluate pretty quickly, or you see patterns. You know how you would have won, you know how a certain situation would have worked out if a specific card was something else. Some dino that costs 5 instead of Regisaur. I play that with Ghalta Stampede Tyrant. Ghalta, of course, putting every creature on the battlefield. Maybe the opponent has a sweeper. That thing that would have been Regisaur Alpha means I lose because everybody doesn't have haste. Sadly, very, very, very bad indeed. The haste really is helpful, but overall multiple bodies as well. But the big change, I guess, kind of the big change, Overlord of the Hauntwoods, as you can see, nowhere to be found. Yeah, I started to get the ick a little bit. Overlord of the Hauntwoods, very, very good. It makes a land when it enters or whenever it attacks. Oftentimes playing it for 3 with the impending. It's not a creature, it's only an enchantment until those impending counters go off. But, that extra land was nice in some cases, but a lot of times I just didn't need it. I don't want it. Now, should I try it out? I'm probably going to try it out some more. But the point I'm trying to make is it was a little bit too much. Overkill, unnecessary, and leading me to lose. There were some cases where I'd put 2 Overlord of the Hauntwoods out with Ghalta Stampede Tyrant. If I'm able to make 8, I don't want to be putting Overlord of the Hauntwoods out. They don't give anybody haste. They don't have haste themselves. I don't need to be making 10 mana, which is what it would be making if I can make the 8 for Ghalta and 2 Overlords are put out. Not great. Not great at all. So, going with that. One Overlord becomes Xenagos, God of Revels. Fantastic. All my stuff is big. Now one thing is bigger, and Xenagos could be a creature itself. And Xenagos gives a thing haste like Overlord does not. I've tried it before. Lovely. Works out fantastically. It's amazing. It's pretty darn sweet. And Embercleave too. Almost forgot about Embercleave there. I don't have that alternate art that was on the thumbnail there. It's kind of nice that Embercleave finally got one. But a surprise, Ghalta Stampede Tyrant is a surprise, and now I get to make Carnage Tyrant, hit twice or win in a trade, because now it has double strike, or Tyrranax Rex double strike. And that's going again with the point of Tyrranax Rex just being absolutely amazing. I'm sure some of you guys have used Tyrranax Rex before. Maybe you're unfamiliar. Just take a gander at that. It looks scary, the art, and then you see the power. 8/8 trample, hasten, you know the drill. Scary. But if it hits twice, with that toxic, the opponent now gets 8 poison counters. Of course, the opponent could have taken 18 damage, because Embercleave gives +1/+1 to Tyrranax Rex here, making it a 9/9 double strike, trample, ward 4, haste, toxic 4, can't be countered. That's basically the scariest package right there. The scariest package against almost every deck. What deck does not have removal or an answer against something? You can't counter this. Chances are they won't have enough to target it, at least the turn that you play it. They could be mostly tapped out because they played, some spells. They left up 2 mana to kill the creature I play. Of course, they would need a total of, almost knocked my coffee over. They would need a total of 6 to take it out, so they have to wait until their turn. Everything untaps. Maybe their only thing they do is to kill this. Boom. Then it comes back to my turn. I keep playing lots of big stuff, and yeah, so we'll see. I'll probably trim 1 copy of Embercleave. I could go up to 2 of Xenagos. It's not a terrible thing. Xenagos being a creature as well. Even if it would only be an enchantment, because I maybe have no creatures out, it's still a creature in my hand. So Ghalta still puts Xenagos out. Everybody fantastically gets a little bit bigger. I guess the biggest thing gets bigger. And I definitely get the job done. Very, very nice indeed. Maybe the opponent only has 1 piece of removal. Well, they take out Palani's Hatcher, stopping everybody from attacking, but Xenagos was still part of the package. Ghalta, boom, doubled 24. That's getting into the range of the World Spine Worm, which is a particular deck. Izzet Creativity, cheating out Xenagos and the World Spine Worm to make a 30/30 trample. That's big. Trample haste. It's big and scary, but sometimes you put out more than 30 damage. Hasty. Trample. Can't be countered. Can't be targeted. Boom. Lovely. But also complementing everything, Zopandrel. So now we have everybody doubled. Each combat, everybody gets bigger. I've tried Zopandrel before. Amazing. Cost 7. I can make 8 for Ghalta. So, this is 1 less. This is right up my alley. Absolutely. I could see myself possibly trimming, 1 Embercleave, 2 Zopandrel, something like that. We'll see. The sideboard, though, facing off against a fair bit of Greasefang. For whatever reason, Greasefang vehicles cheating out something, some big vehicle from the graveyard, Greasefang crewing it, and that vehicle being able to attack with haste. Rough stuff, so Weathered Runestone it is in. It shuts down a lot of things, though, which is quite nice indeed. And still, those sweepers. Now, unfortunately, with Overlord of the Hauntwoods not in, the ramping is a little bit lower for things that are not creatures, so we'll see how easy it is to still play Chandra's Ignition. But I still stand behind this if you're a deck that has as big of creatures as I have, and also keep in mind, Xenagos could double Ghalta, 24-24, maybe. I don't want to attack with Ghalta for whatever reason. And then I wait until after combat. Boom. Chandra's Ignition. Ghalta deals 24 damage to every other creature and look at this. The opponent. I could just simply sit back, not attack. One of my things gets so big that Chandra's Ignition deals enough damage. They're done. Smoked. Toast. That's not a bad thing. For 5 to win, I'll take it. I'll take it. And Brotherhood's End as well. Still in there for maybe picking up some wins against aggressive decks and whatnot. Back to nature too, because enchantments. If you don't like facing enchantments, well, now you will, because you win most of the time. But I say we jump right into it. 11:30. Well, 11 minutes 30 seconds. I'm probably going to 11:30 actually. It might be a little bit more. I got a couple batteries to charge. Look over some of my tools before I start work tomorrow. Start the work week. I'm sure the matches will be fast. Hopefully facing off against an Azorius Control, which I did face one today. I got my free win. I love it. Hopefully it happens a little bit sooner. It would be nice to have 2 Azorius Control in one day, but I don't think that's going to happen. This, though, I do like it. I don't have Commune, Sylvan Scrying, or Archdruid's Charm. If they're not in my hand on the turn 1 or turn 2 that the opponent uses the hand hate, they're protected. I should hopefully be drawing into one of 12 things that digs for the Castle Garenbrig, which is definitely what I'm aiming for. But watch them go Thoughtseize and watch me not care too much. Oh boy. Oh.
Dang! Oh!
They have nothing to... Oh, and the Sunken. Their chances may have sunken. Their chances are certainly sinking right now, but yeah, there was only creatures in land, so Duress could not get rid of anything. Palani's Hatcher, we need to get to Castle Garenbrig ASAP. So sending Palani's into the graveyard gets us one turn. Well, look, I guess not. Field of Ruin is not too bad. We don't have a Castle Garenbrig out, so we'll get there. We'll get there. We could draw Commune off the top, Sylvan Scrying, Archdruid's Charm, you name it. Sadly, that's not it. And we will have to be mindful with that Embercleave getting that second source of red. Shrouded the Apocalypse is not fun. Not great. Need Castle Garenbrig pretty much next turn. Or a Commune to dig for a castle, which would open up Carnage Tyrant. Of course, the opponent could just simply make us sacrifice Carnage Tyrant. I could see that happening. Maybe Vaultborn Tyrant could save. Oh, well, that's a little bit rough. But potentially, I could have drawn a Sylvan Scrying or an Archdruid's Charm. Maybe it was coming up. We'll never know. But when the opponent used Field of Ruin, my entire library was shuffled, so... But yeah, like I say, we'll never know either way. Yeah, Embercleave will trim that. I think Chandra's Ignition really could help us out quite a bit. 2 copies, because Xenagos is a creature, Zopandrel also a creature, doubling, making lovely stuff, but being a creature that could be put out by Ghalta. Oh boy. Oh boy. That's not great. I've certainly come back from worse. No, well, that's not great. Even if it was, say, Castle Garenbrig in a forest with Commune, that wouldn't be, well, that's enough, definitely. Now, sadly, I do suspect that we're going to be losing Sylvan Scrying. I'll still start off with Sunken. Might have been better to go Commercial District, seeing, well, that is, they could be mostly dead. I mean, if they have no hand hate, they... it's interesting. You know what? We'll draw out the Field of Ruin, potentially. Hopefully not. It will take out Castle Garenbrig if that's the case. Oh, Unholy Annex. You can't be doing that. If we get a land that enters untapped, they're dead. They're just dead. This is what it's all about. This is why I love Ghalta's Stampede Tyrant. I mean, they might just quit from T-Rex, like I was mentioning. How amazing that creature is. They can make me sacrifice it. If they can't, there's a very good chance they're dead. If they play Sheoldred, they're dead. They almost have to take it out. Yeah, good. You're dead. Just like look how good that creature is. Huh, I didn't even have to do the big G thing.
The best there is at what I do, but what I do isn't very nice.
Okay. Simple, clean, efficient, very fast indeed, but well, they won't make that mistake again. They're going to mulligan. Perhaps they disrespected the potential, or they just did not know the potential of what I could do. So if they don't have pieces of hand hate, I think they're going to mulligan somewhat aggressively. We're going to have to look for a pretty darn fantastic resilient hand. Hopefully Castle Garenbrig, Sunken, and 2 other lands, guaranteeing that we get to 6 and they can't interrupt it. But you never know. Or if it's 2 Sylvan Scryings, 2 lands, as long as I can go off with, ooh, that's not going to be it. If I send a Carnage, maybe we'll see. I mean, Sylvan Scrying is 100% gone, but 2 Sunken Citadels, very nice. If I see a Castle Garenbrig, boom, I'm making 6. Oh, that is nice. At the very least, we do have our 3rd source of green, hopefully drawing into Archdruid's Charm. That would be most lovely. Also choosing red for Sunken, just if we get to Chandra's Ignition there, getting us out of a sticky situation. Could top deck Castle Garenbrig. Maybe play T-Rex next turn. That would save us. Gifted Etherborn. Oh, that is rough, to say the least. Yeah. I mean, I could draw Commune with Dinosaurs next turn, digging in the top 5. There's a very good chance that the first Castle Garenbrig should be in there. Probably Ritual Chamber here. I could see. Oh my. What? You just, oh my. Well, they don't have hand hate. What are you doing? They have 1 source of black. They could go with Thoughtseize, ripping Ghalta, saving themselves. Maybe. They're dead.
You have no power here.
Like they're actually dead. They die. They don't live. There's no debate. You're dead. Completely. 0 chance. You're tapped out. You can't even kill Palani's Hatcher. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Call an ambulance! Call an ambulance! But not for me!
Back up to 30. I love it. That's what I'm talking about. Or maybe the clips are... I've been pressing them a little bit too fast. I'm just having such a good time. Such a fantastic example to start the night. You know what they're not doing next turn? Even if we didn't kill them, they're not dealing 30 to me the next turn. Yeah, well, they're dead. All right. Good stuff. Maybe that opponent was about to get into Diamond, and we fantastically spoiled them right there. Of course, I wish I was, in Mythic, but every month is going to be different, and things are going to be getting a little bit busier. So I do foresee less grinding moments, spending as much time as possible during a day playing 20, 30, and maybe not 40 matches. I did that last month. That was nuts. I think It was 45 individual different matches in a day. That was crazy. Hopefully this is Azorius. It's the Teferi avatar, which oftentimes indicates Azorius control. If that is the case, that hand is good. Beautiful. 2 Sunkens, just like the previous game we had there. Hopefully going off with... Oh, no, sleight of hand. A lot of Izzet Phoenix, which is also quite interesting. Of course, we have to maintain the sources of green. The first 3 lands got to be green. That second Sunken can't have been chosen as red. Now with Castle Garenbrig, hopefully we're on track for... Well, hopefully we get turn 4 Tyrranax Rex. Even just Carnage Tyrant is pretty nice, but T-Rex to, keep the pressure going. I'm just going to play it. They might have a counter or something like that. Just landing this, getting a good body down is going to make him think, oh, shoot, what did I walk into? Of course, you do have to keep track a little bit in the graveyard. How many Phoenixes do they have there? Oh, they milled a bunch. They only have 1 Archlate Phoenix. The clock that I have is better. Oh boy. Okay, no, we're good. Phew. But I'm going to be dealing 7 a turn. They're only dealing 3. Of course, the Archlate Phoenix can attack whenever it enters. Goes out of the graveyard if they've cast 3 instant or sorceries. Has haste, but I still feel pretty good. If it can land T-Rex next turn, we should be okay. Oh, good. Still just 1. That's not bad. Oh, they're going to get a second. Oh, okay. Let's not worry too much. And also, Izzet Phoenix, I forgot to mention it. Facing it a lot. Weathered Runestone definitely could help, but... Pardon me, oh my goodness. Weathered Runestone stopping stuff from escaping from the graveyard. Very, very nice. But if we get a land, play T-Rex, we would be in a very good position. Okay. It's not too bad. Will they be able to kill me next turn? I'm almost certain they'll be able to. But if they can't, we'll see. Hard cast your 4th Phoenix, maybe. Oh, yeah, Temporal Trespass does tend to do the trick. So they take an extra turn after this one, meaning technically those Archlate Phoenixes would hit twice, and that is lethal. Sadly, Embercleave, we don't need that. And Zopandrel could actually be slightly okay and helpful. It does have reach, as you can see right there, so it would block 1 Phoenix, but nah. We're just going to go the Weathered Runestone Weathered Rune Stone route. I don't often bring in graveyard hate, but for whatever reason, the Phoenix opponents seem like they've had a little bit more teeth. Of course, that could have gone a little bit differently. Getting Tyrranax Rex turn 4 instead of Carnage Tyrant. The clock would have been, well, exactly what we're looking for. Definitely. Don't think they have too much to worry about. Again, they may be anticipating the potential that I'm bringing in Graveyard Hate, tweaking their game plan. Young Pyromancer and Third Path Iconoclast, I think, whenever they cast spells that make elementals. An alternate route to win. But also Corey Steelcutter, whenever they cast 2 non-creature spells that make a prowess monk and a vigor and stuff. But that hand, lovely, I would say. We get Castle Garenbrig eventually off of Sylvan Scrying there. I mean, hopefully. I'll keep that second one, just because they could counter the first one that I play. So I might like a backup. Corey Steelcutter, as I mentioned, though, coming in hot. They might not have to worry about much. If I was able, I would probably take out Corey Steelcutter this turn. Possibly even with Archdruid's Charm. That thing is scary. Much. Oh, yep. 2. I should probably quit right about now. This is going to be rough. Very rough. We might not even be making 6 on turn 4, which is absolutely... Okay, well, no, that is good. We have one chance. We search for Ghalta and hope to draw land off the top that enters untapped, playing everybody hasty, and it would be lethal. We just have to survive and see how she goes. We're going to go down pretty low, unfortunately. Like, just look at that. Fantastic aggression from the opponent there. So we got 6, 10. Not dead yet. So it's only 10. Would increase to 14 if they cast one more spell. But we still would be at 2. So we're not dead. Yeah, 14. Okay. We're not dead. I don't think. Okay, yeah, well, let's get that fantastic moment. Search for Ghalta, have a land untapped. Boom. That is the only out at the moment. Land untapped, land untapped. You can do it. Oh boy, here goes nothing. Here goes... Oh, that's not land untapped. And that is a loss, unfortunately, but we have that fantastic win against Mono Black. That has certainly seen a resurgence. I was reading an article or a guide, a primer about it, and I mean, it's no more scary than Rakdos. Again, just has a bunch of stuff. Some of it has Death Touch, trading with my big creatures. But other than that, nothing I haven't seen before. I think it's going to be something aggressive. Possibly Mono Green Devotion with that Vorinclex avatar, but that hand worth keeping. We got a Sunken and a Castle, plus a... Oh, never mind. We got 2 Sunkens and a Castle now. It is looking pretty good, but... Mardu Greasefang, it appears. Yeah, that is going to be problematic. Where is all this Greasefang coming from? Huh. At least I didn't play Greasefang on turn 3, which is sadly sometimes how it goes. It looks like they're stumbling in the land department as well, which is really good. Oh, maybe not. Oh, okay. Just a good old Thoughtseize. It was going to be so good casting Sylvan Scrying next turn, but maybe they won't get rid of it. Maybe they're scared of the other stuff that I have, because they've never seen this combination. Okay, no, you did what you had. Oh, and a Castle Garenbrig. I was going to be on track to make 7 on turn 4. I was going to grab a forest type land. Now with this second castle, that will still enter, sadly, untapped. And I won't even be able to play anything coming up. Okay, well, it's not even much redemption. Because I didn't have... I want my sources of red for Embercleave. I tainted the sources of green for the Archdruids, which I didn't have at the moment. I had Embercleave first, of course. I mean, we haven't lost yet. We could play Vault. Man, no, that's not going to happen. No. But we'll bring in Weathered Runestone again. Funny enough. I mean, I just wish I knew why the change. The meta always changes. Sometimes slightly, sometimes massively. And, well, keeps things interesting. But just, why so many Phoenix? Why so much Greasefang? Is it because it became Pioneer on Arena here? That could be a very real possibility. Of course, we'll always adapt. Dinosaurs always adapting the best they can and bringing in some sideboard hate, but still maintaining that deadly plan. That is, well, it's going to be it. Hopefully sticking the Weathered Runestone, of course. The opponent doing what they can to get rid of it with a thought. Hey, Castle Garenbrig, lovely. We're on track. Don't play turn 1 Thoughtseize. Don't do it. Just do, oh. All the time. All the time. Yeah, Weather Druidstone. See you later. That's too bad. Yes. It's worth a shot. Now hopefully they don't get a big vehicle in the graveyard there. Oh, well, I mean, they did. Nothing too crazy. We are on track for pretty big amounts of mana. Archdruid's Charm could also exile that the wagon thing there. But we haven't been dealt any damage yet. You know what? I think we're going to do that. Let Greasefang cheat it out. Do I want to take 6? Yeah, not so much. But I also want to get that Sunken Citadel. I mean, I'm taking 8 with fear of missing out there. You know what? We got time. We got time. We can use that Archdruid's Charm to search for a Sunken. I would be kicking myself if I think I didn't do this. We could draw land next turn as well. Play that. We still will have 3 green for the Archdruids to exile the vehicle that they cheat out next turn. Oh, okay. That's very good. But also, if they don't have enough to kill us, I could simply search for another Sunken, which would be quite nice indeed. I would only be playing Ghalta and Tyrranax Rex, which wouldn't be enough to kill the opponent. So hopefully drawing a Palani's Hatcher or Regisaur Alpha might be able to get the job done. If I took out the Thundering Broodwagon, I still wouldn't be able to play anything at the moment, which would not be good. Just take it. Take it and hope for the best. Okay, Sunken. Let's click Vaultborn, another T-Rex. Just about anything I would be happy with. Might as well get another source of red there. Just cuz. Not another land. You might not, if you're kind of new, you might not think that happens or would happen as much as it does, but nuts. Oh. Man, another T-Rex would be good. Or one of 8 things. We'll open up the pack right now. A little midstream. Hopefully getting. Well, that's not a rare wild card, unfortunately. Okay, jump right back into it. A lot of graveyard stuff tonight, and we'll get them. We'll get them. I'll get revenge. But also the point. I mean, there have been some cases where I haven't got there, but I still think, without the Overlord of the Hotwoods, as it enters or attacks, making the Everywhere land an extra land, is it necessary or not necessary? More necessary or more not necessary? I'm leaning more towards, well, I mean, it's not in here tonight, so Overlord of the Hotwoods being not as necessary. I mean, I kind of like that. If I knew the opponent was not on a deck with hand hate, I might keep it, but it's a little bit better. We're going first, so we'll keep Ghalta. We'll keep Ghalta. Not sure why the opponent said nice, but and we'll find out. Well, there's got to be a land just in case. Hopefully see a Sylvan or another Ghalta is not the best thing in the world. It's not terrible. Ghalta, putting a Ghalta out with a Vaultborn is a match made in heaven. Hopeful elementals. Interesting. Very interesting. Oh, and Sunken. Also getting spicy. Playing Sunken next turn, we'll be able to make 7 on turn 5, which is slower than I would like, of course, but we're recovering. I could see Omnath coming down right now, though. Risen Reef, also quite nice. Whenever it or another elemental enters, look at the top card. If it's a land, put it onto the battlefield. It's good. It's good. Eventually, we'll be making 8. Hopefully, it's not too little too late. But the elementals can snowball pretty fantastically. Eventually, once they play Omnath or something. Maybe they're new to elementals. That could be a very real possibility. Don't really know what's going on. It's not second nature to them quite yet. Yeah. Okay. Whenever power and toughness, forests. Everything's a forest. Okay. I got that. I mean, I also like another Sunken. I would like to play Palani's Hatcher. Doesn't make sense. You know what? We'll play Palani's, get a bunch of bodies, start cracking stuff, which will be quite nice indeed. Yeah. With the Cavern of Souls, we're making 8. It's not like I needed to play the Sunken, so, I mean, at the very least, this would buy us some time. Possibly the Dinosaur. Oh, there's the Omnath coming in hot. Sadly. But we still should be fairly safe. That Dinosaur egg blocking a Shia, Soul of the Wild there. Doesn't have trample, so I'm not about to take a ton of damage, I hope. They could also have a touch of removal, but not a crazy amount. Most of it is just elementals. Oh, yeah, so if I didn't play a creature, a Shia, I would have been able to kill us. Fortunately, I mean, it appears like we're safe. I hope. They're able to make, quite a bunch of Risen Reefs is not great. Not great. We need Vaultborn Tyrant next turn. I mean, sadly, we might continue to be flooded as we were the previous match. Some of you might think 20 is not enough. 20 is enough with the other instants and sorceries that grab specific lands. 20 is definitely enough. I'm just glad Ashaya didn't attack. It was pretty much any creature I'm happy to get. Any creature. Lovely to see. Let's do it. Vaultborn would be the best. Eventually. Really? Really? Okay. That's fun. It doesn't matter what specific mixture of lands you have. There will be some cases where you'll get flooded. You can't avoid it, but you can always have a good time. At the very least, you can keep on trucking and keep in mind that sometimes you just lose. When you statistically would expect to win, you would expect to see not a land in that case. And, it could have been one Palani's, one Regisaur, another Xenagos, Carnage, Vaultborn, Zopandrel, T-Rex. That's a lot of stuff that I would have thought to see. However, elementals. Do I want anything? Chandra's Ignition could smoke most of them if we get into a sticky situation. But we were also about to win there too. Embercleave punching through, possibly some big elemental blocks one of my big things, but then Embercleave means we win the trade. Embercleave being a surprise. This opponent not really having much of any counter spells, also something. So we should be able to go off with Embercleave if it comes down to that. That hand, well, not quite. That's definitely better. Infinitely better, I would say. I like, you know what, Regisaur to the bottom. I want to keep Zopandrel there. Having Zopandrel or Vaultborn is just going to be fantastic. We do have the turn 3 play. See if we get another Castle Garenbrig would be quite appreciated. I could only grab a land there anyways, so continue to keep on trucking. We had to send Sylvan, Commune, Xenagos, and that Stomping Ground to the bottom. Oh, I mean, another Sunken is, you know what? We're going to go for it. Whether I play the castle and the Archdruids to search and put another Sunken out, I'm making 7 on turn 4. Either I play the Sunken that I have or I use Archdruids for the other one, so I might as well save the Archdruid's Charm, possibly to search for that Ghalta Stampede Tyrant. That would be nice. Will they have a Boseiju who endures? That could also be a possibility. It's not hard to play your Risen Reef or Spelunking. That's not nothing. But it's also not a whole lot. I mean, it's certainly fine by me. I think there's a pretty good chance that we just smoke them. I'm playing T-Rex and they might just quit. We haven't beat them yet, but Zopandrel doubling T-Rex next turn would be quite fantastic. Or we just draw Ghalta, or we just take out Omnath. I'll take out Omnath. Maybe. If I made T-Rex 16/16 with Zopandrel, both of those would have to block. Leafkin Druid doesn't have enough toughness to stop them from dying, which that might be the better thing. Yeah. Hopefully. Okay, that's good. That's good. That's something. It's definitely something. Now they lose Omnath. I think that should probably lock. Yeah. Ooh, boom. Surprise. 16/16. Good. Hopefully they don't have another Omnath, but at the very least... Oh, no, they did go up in some life. So we haven't won yet. I always forget that with Omnath. The first land, I think they gain 4 life, and then the next land, they make a blue, a green, a red, and a white. I think we'll still get them. Guess I really could have just searched for Ghalta. Why didn't I search for Ghalta? Well, maybe I haven't had enough coffee. That could be a possibility. But they also have to have an absolutely massive turn. They're down to 3. They can only do so much. Hopefully they don't have removal for Zopandrel, but still, T-Rex only has to connect with just 1 point of damage, and they'll die to the poison counters. So we should have them. I mean, they are about to make a lot. Elementals are known for big mana. Oh boy. Okay. Might not be a pretty sight. Loom Bellow of the Woods. Perhaps. Yeah, well. Risen Reef is good. Hard to top that. Oh, Genesis Ultimatum tends to do the trick. We're not dead yet, but of course they could get some massive hits. 3 cards. Yeah, look at the top 5. Oh, put any number. Damping Sphere. Not great. But we're also not dead. That is a lot of mana, though. I mean, hopefully we're not dead. Tyrranax Rex, as long as it gets doubled, which it will with Zopandrel, we could do enough to Ashaya that some damage will continue on through, but they could also kill it right now. They have enough mana to pay the ward 4 attacks, sadly. Not too bad. All right. Yeah, we'll try for Sylvan Scrying. See if it draws out maybe a response from the opponent. A counter spell, potentially. I'm just going to grab Cavern of Souls. Okay. Here goes nothing. Attack with everything. See what happens. Hope they don't have a counterspell for T-Rex. That would not be good. Oh, that's not great. Tends to do the trick. Darn.
Dang! Oh!
Where's Ghalta when you need her? I should have searched for Ghalta. We'll get him next time. Elementals, though. Izzet, Greasefang, and Tamer. Maybe these are all kinds of people who... Well, they might not be because they already have the prominent pioneer title. But people who perhaps strictly played or mostly played Magic the Gathering online, and then they're migrating over to here just because of the name change, or mostly because of the name change. That hand I won't change because I love the looks of that. Commune with Dinosaurs digging for that Sunken, and then we're off to the races. We got those 2 sources of red for Embercleave with the Commercial District and Stomping Ground. Izzet Phoenix again? Really? Nuts. Now we shouldn't need that forest. I'll keep it just in case. You never know. Of course we could get completely flooded, as it sometimes happens, but they're not tapped out. I smell a counterspell. It's not like we needed to use Commune that turn anyways. I'll just spend 3 mana. Okay, well. Sylvan Scrying, hopefully finding something. At the very least, it could have possibly drawn... Pardon me. Could have possibly drawn out a counterspell, which is not terrible. Oh, creativity. Not great. Is it control creativity? I've faced it before. It's like the meta completely changed. Flipped on its head. Embercleave could be quite fantastic here, helping to finish them off, do that. Surprise them at the very least if they're tapped out. They could counter the Embercleave when I potentially try to cast it, but yeah, they're getting their whatchamacallit. Torrential Gearhulk, looking to play. The name's on the tip of my tongue. The big costly spell that they cheat out. Either way, they can't do anything to Carnage Tyrant. Can't target it, can't counter it. Good. This is what we want. They might want to preserve the goblin. They also might want the treasure it makes when it attacks. But of course, Carnage Tyrant is going to block the goblin, so they won't have it. Yeah, well, watch out. Watch out. Now. Of course, I do expect funny business from the opponent. You know what? Let's see what happens. I'm sure they would counter or do something, whatever I try to do. I'm going to go with another Sylvan Scrying, hoping for Cavern of Souls, of course. Good. That's going to help. And then we'll see what Commune gets us. Possibly a Ghalta, which would be very nice indeed as well. It's not Ghalta. Palani's, though. We dug 5 closer, possibly top-decking the first Ghalta Stampede Tyrant. Oh, yeah. Creativity for... Who knows? They might get 3 Vaultborn Tyrants. It could be Atraxa and Valgavoth. Whatever combination they're about to get, it's not going to be pretty. Not at all. They have enough to get 3 things, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, do your thing. We'll wait and see what they get, but we're pretty much dead. 3 Torrential Gearhulks. Seriously. That is... I mean, there's nothing much to play from the graveyard. If we get Ghalta next turn, we could possibly kill him. Maybe. We need Ghalta next turn. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure we're done for. That's not Ghalta, though. Cavern of Souls for Vaultborn. Do I like that? Possibly. You know what? Let's do that. Yeah. I like 2 creatures. But I also think I could have Vaultborn stick around. Possibly be able to block the Gearhulks that would have attacked if I was completely open. Oh, well, we would have died just from the damage of Torrential Gearhulk anyways. Now I have 2 things to block. Maybe I draw Ghalta next turn. Or maybe I don't. But I also could possibly get rid of 2 Torrential Gearhulks. Now that would be something. I like the sounds of that. Yes, indeed. You know what? Let's do that. I'm sure they figured there's something up my sleeve, which, of course, there is. Boom. No extra Gearhulks. What you gonna do? I don't think they have a counter spell. I mean, they would have countered that if that was the case. Oh, good. I like this a lot. Don't know if it's lethal. Not quite. But the Gearhulks are all gone, 3 of them. So I don't think they can deal 19 this turn. I mean, we're about to find out. Phew. Good. Destroy Vaultborn Tyrant. See how much I care. 0. Well, that's fine by me. Embercleave. I'm just happy to look at Embercleave. What would Embercleave have been? Overlord of the Hauntwoods. How would that have gone if Overlord of the Hauntwoods was in place of Embercleave? Would have gone pretty darn bad. Yeah. Weather Runestone does not stop indomitable creativity. This is a good teaching moment for anybody that is not aware. We'll read it for a second. Its controller reveals cards for each permanent destroyed until an artifact or blah, 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 and exiles that card. A creature, artifact, or a creature. Those players put the exiled cards onto the battlefield. They're not casting them. They're not going from the library onto the battlefield. They kind of bounce to exile and onto there. Non-land permanents in graveyards and libraries can't enter, but they're entering from exile. So it does get around that specific clause. Weather Runestone doesn't stop, as we would hope. There are a couple things that stop indomitable creativity, and they might have to be, in the back pocket if this deck continues to be popular. I've faced it twice before, twice today, I think. I mean, this might have been the 3rd time. It's hard to say, but that hand was not hard to keep with the Sunken and the Stomping and the Castle Garenbrig. And now with the Forest, I mean, we're making 7 eventually, probably 8. Hopefully it's going to be fast enough. Of course, there's I see the land drops. Now we make 8 eventually. I would hope to have Carnage Tyrant next turn, but we might be able to be fast enough. Just having the Sunken and the Castle Garenbrig is pretty darn positive. I imagine they're going to, they might counter something, but they also might just get a bunch of Torrential Gearhulks next turn, which would not be a pretty sight. They don't have anything to cheat out in there, so it's not terrible. But they could also have other big things that they might hit. Maybe they're not going with the Torrential Gearhulk plan. Okay. They could also have Ether Gust. I've seen that before. I've seen that when I faced this. Oh my goodness, they have Ether Gust. # pre-recorded. Yeah, keep it on top. They have to continue to hold up a decent amount of mana, I think. Of course, they could potentially play a Torrential Gearhulk with Flash, replaying the Ether Gust, stopping Ghalta, maybe. But we'll see. I mean, if they tap out here, that was beautiful. Oh, okay. Just Gearhulks. Yeah. Hey, Hullbreaker Horror. That's That's something. But they are tapped out, so they could be dead. If they're, hopefully they continue to be tapped out. Oh, phew. Phew. Good. Good. Smoked. See you later, buddy.
I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody.
You just can't. Oh, I love it. Nah, they're helpless. This is what it's all about. I am the true horror. Not the Hullbreaker horror. I mean, hopefully it's good enough. We'll find out. We don't kill them, but I mean, have a reasonable amount of bodies on the battlefield now. I am happy that we lose Vaultborn Tyrant. We get the copy, draw a card, gain more life, which is always very nice. The Gearhulks are gone. I don't think they can bounce everybody, but we'll see. I'm sure they're going to want to try. Hopefully they don't have too many spells that cost one. Otherwise, they really could bounce everything we have. Hopefully they're flooded, like I've been flooded tonight. I mean, they'll certainly bounce Vaultborn Tyrant. That, of course, disappears pretty quick. Ghalta doesn't do a whole lot. We'll just see Commune. What you got? Gonna send it back to my hand. Continue to send it back to my hand. I like Carnage Tyrant. Yeah, let's try with another Commune. Yeah. I wish I had another source of red for Embercleave. That would be good. Now they bounce the Vaultborn token copy. Unfortunately. Do I want to pay 2? Nah. Then they'll bounce it. Hopefully they run out of stuff. The thing is, we got to play multiple things a turn to have a chance. Of course, the Hullbreaker. Oh, okay, good. I like this. They're going to bounce or kill Palani's Hatcher right now, so Carnage Tyrant can't attack. And the token that was just made can't attack. And bouncing oh, okay, interesting. I'm sure they'll still kill or bounce the token, but it's getting better. I don't think they have too much of a way out. It would be nice to get rid of Hullbreaker Horror. I can tell you that much. Somehow, some way. Oh, the hope. Oh, that's what it's all about. I mean, I hope they don't get another one, but at least it's gone. Phew. And Carnage Tyrant is down. That doesn't. You're not doing anything to Carnage Tyrant. It's there. Can't target it. They could sweep everybody, but still, I could play Ghalta next turn and kill them if they don't have a counter spell. Something like that. We're almost at exactly an hour. 11:30 p.m. my time. Oh boy, this would be a nightcap. The nightcap of nightcaps. Doing the flashy thing. I wish I could flash an Embercleave right now, but I can't, sadly. There you go. Flash in your Gearhulk that you got. Or Magma Opus. Magma Opus is good too. They do have 1 mana left. Of course, that is a little bit problematic. I guess we'll see what happens. I'm pretty sure they would counter Embercleave, of course, but well, if they can't, well, we'll see. Oh, they can't. Oh. 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 Boom. Wow. Wow. What a finish. Embercleave proved itself. I wouldn't have won without Embercleave multiple times tonight. Overlord? Not so much. Did I get there oftentimes without Overlord? I did. I think I do have a full playset of Embercleave. I might only have one, but it's pretty good. Of course, the opponent could hold up removal. They might know you have Embercleave. They would kill the creature that you attach Embercleave to, but when the creature you attach it to is Carnage Tyrant, which they can't target, it's a match made in heaven. And also Tyrranax Rex as well. But yeah, we'll leave it there for tonight. Hopefully everybody had a good time watching right now later on. Again, I wish I was doing this a little bit more often, but don't worry. Even though I've done it a little bit less over the past, couple of weeks, not going away. Always going to be around, always going to be continuing this ruthless aggression. So, yeah, get some good rest wherever it is, whenever it is, and I'll see you next time. Peace.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?